From Asia to America, Ajala loves to travel. From Europe to Australia, Ajala loves to travel. Africa straight to Antarctica, Ajala loves to travel.
Don't panic on a trip. Get the Leadway Travel Insurance now.
Whether alone or with family, Ajala loves to travel.
Leadway Assurance, insuring happiness since 1970.
If someone could make a reality show about your office, what do you think it would be called? Hold that thought till you meet my colleagues. Hey, Babs.
How far, my guy?
Anything for the boys? Gone to the clinic yet?
Nah, I spoke to the doctor via the app.
Hey, Mama. Welcome back, Susan. How was your leave?
Wonderful.
She needed therapy to take care of her mental health. Our HMO really helped with that. Glad she's back to her body cells. Wow, that was fast. Thanks. So, what do you think about that reality show?
Nothing beats good health. Do you agree? For access to quality all-round care, home and abroad for yourself, your family, and even your staff, make the smarter choice. Choose Leadway Health, the HMO that offers you more than just healthcare. For more information, visit www.leadwayhealth.com. Leadway Health, for health, wealth, and more.
Hi, everyone. I hope if you can hear me, please just put a comment and let me be sure that everyone can hear me clearly. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our live session today. My name is Olaomi Amida Odosi. I'm going to be the host for this live session, and this particular live session is powered by Leadway. So if you're just joining us, please welcome, and you're here for a treat. Obviously, it's going to be interesting, it's going to be intriguing, and also very informative. So everyone, welcome once again to our live session on LinkedIn. Please, 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 if you can hear me clearly, I just need you to put a comment that you can hear me clearly. And good afternoon once again. So I'll just wait for a few more people to join, and then we can get the ball rolling. Yeah, so if you're in, you can just say hi, put it in the comment section saying hi, and I can obviously call you out. Hi, Shay, welcome. Hi, Falashade, thank you for joining. Hi, Jai Yeolua, please pardon me if I do not pronounce your name properly. Thank you for joining. Hi, Temi Tope, Kolawale, thank you for joining. We're happy to have you here. Who else has joined? Hi, Helen. Thank you for joining. Hi, Ibuko. Thank you for joining. Hi, Mary. Let me just say Mary. Thank you for joining. For those that are joining again, my name is Olaomi Amida Odosi. I'm the host for the live session today, and what we're talking about is our side hustle options. We'll have our guests soon. But obviously, I'll just be waiting for everyone to join in. If you have anything to say during the live, you can put it in the comment section. And towards the end of the session, we'll obviously take up your comments, your questions, and every other inquiry that you have. This particular session is powered again by Leadway. So we're here to obviously entertain you, give you some sort of good information. We also hope for it to be very interactive. So please, anything you have to say, any comment, any questions, just put it in the comment section and we'll be here to obviously assist you. Hi, Bukola, thank you for joining. Hi, Jeremiah, thank you for joining. Hi, Michael, thank you for joining. Adidolapo, I see you. Thank you for joining. So more people. Hi, OT, thank you for joining. We're happy to have you, and thank you so much for taking out the time to obviously watch this session and come live with us as well. So that we can just get the ball rolling. Busola, thank you for joining. I would introduce our guest. We have two guests. Again, this live session is talking about our side hustle options for the 9-to-5ers. So if you're a 9-to-5 or you're a professional, what are your side hustle options and who are the people and do people really do this? How do they do this? And things like that. We will get the ball rolling with this particular live and tell you all about it with some of our guests as well. We have two guests on this particular live. One of them is a male and the other is a female. So I'll be calling them in and they'll be joining us. Hi, Rosemary. Thank you for joining. Hi, Ikene. Thank you for joining as well. So I'll just get rolling. The guests that we have are Celestina Okere, and we also have Damilola Oguns. Celestina Okere, thank you for joining. How are you today? Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. Thank you. So I'll just give a brief intro. Okay, thank you. Okay, fantastic. I'll just give a brief info about Celestina. Celestina is a seasoned HR professional, a business coach, as well as an entrepreneur with over 17 years experience. And as an entrepreneur, she runs a food processing company named Natroyas. Please, did I pronounce that properly? Natroyas Limited. Celestina. Okay, great.
Sorry.
All right. Thank you very much. The company is based in Lagos, Nigeria, with customers across the state of Federation, as well as she provides coaching as well to SMEs, which is small medium enterprises owners, and also professionals, 9-to-5ers who wants to start and grow their business. Thank you again, Celestina. Thank you for joining us. We obviously need your expertise on how you've been able to juggle the 9-to-5 as well as your side hustle. Also, the next person we have is Dami Oguns. So we're going to introduce Dami Oguns. Hi, Dami.
Hi,
Can you
Ola.
hear me?
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for honoring our invitation. So another brief introduction of Dami. Dami is a product designer with over like 9 years experience, working experience with organizations in and out of Nigeria. His side hustle is he works as a designer, a contractor for private and public enterprises, offering services like brand design. Me, I have personal story for that one, but we will get there. So brand design, product design, and development. And also his clientele are in the USA, the Europe, even some part of Africa, Cameroon, as well as Nigeria. Me, gone, part of his clientele. As I've introduced this guest of ours, I would also introduce myself again. Olaomi Amida Odosi. I'm an internal control specialist in Leadway Assurance, and also I have a bridal styling company called Regal Estilo, and this bridal styling company is a image and consultancy company that caters for bride to obviously look their best on their wedding day, because hey, it's a once in a lifetime event, and also you need to put your best foot forward, right? And we all know that wedding plannings have series of other areas that you need to focus on. So we tend to be here to take the stress off you, and not just take the stress off you, but ensure that you enjoy a seamless experience. So hey, please check out Regal Estilo on Instagram and on any other social media. So let's dive into it. So with our guest, what we are here talking about is the side hustle options. So, what do we mean by side hustle? If you're confused or you don't understand what we mean by side hustle is what are the other things that you can do if you're a professional like us, right? You have a 9 to 5 and you need to obviously have more financial independence, more financial security, or hey, you just want to pursue your other options to give you extra income, right? So what we mean with side hustle is what are the things that you can do that can give you those the extra income that you're looking for, or that can give you a better fulfillment or other reasons why you want to have a side hustle. So a side hustle again are the things that you do on the side, right? That gives you extra income. So speaking on that, please, you can also, audience, you can put in the comment section what you are doing if you're a 9 to 5 and you have a side hustle. Please put it in your comment section. What are your side hustles? Let's see if some of the things that we can obviously take on board. If we are also intending to, if you don't have a side hustle but you intend to look into a side hustle. Also, please, I would like to mention, as a 9 to 5 or a professional, if you're in another organization or you're planning to enter into an organization, before you dabble into saying that, or you want to do a side hustle, or you want to get involved in other areas of what's it called, other areas of business, please, I would encourage everyone to ensure that you understand the code of conduct of the organization that you're in, right? Respect the code of conduct as well, and also read your employment handbook, because some organizations do not allow it. So if your organization it doesn't have the tolerance for that, please avoid it. If your organization has tolerance for that, then that's a different ballgame, and that's why we're here. So please ensure you check the organization that you're entering or you're into, the code of conduct, your employees handbook, as well as your offer letter or your employee letter. So now let's go into the main discussion, right? Like once again, for people that are just joining, thank you for coming, Oluwakemi. Thank you for coming, Aminu. Thank you for coming, Falake, Andrew, and every other person that has joined us. We really appreciate you. My name is Olaomi. I'm an internal control specialist as well as a bridal stylist, and this particular section is sponsored by Leadway. So we'll go into it now, and I have some few questions for us to discuss, and then I'll be throwing it to some of our guests, and obviously we'll all have a discussion on it as well. And your opinion while we're having this discussion, you can give us your opinion in the comment section. If you have questions as well for us, please put it in the comment section. We'll obviously look into it towards the end of this live. So my first question, and this is, I will start with this as well. What would you say that, so please, this is for Dami. Dami, I would like to ask you, what would you say is your side hustle? We would need, I gave a brief profile on you, but obviously let the audience know what your side hustle is, and also your 9 to 5.
Yeah, so for me, this is particularly interesting because I'm a designer. I've designed stuff for 9 years, from marketing to software to app and stuff. Yeah. So for me, it is interesting because what I do as my 9 to 5 is the same thing I do as my side hustle. Yeah. So So on the side, I render the same services. Okay, let me say my side hustle for now.
Yes,
For
we're
now.
listening.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I'm working on something else, but then it will crystallize
Okay.
later, so I'll be able to talk more about it. Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
it's still designed for private and public enterprises. Enterprises, well, I just like to use enterprises when I don't want to say I have some state governments on my portfolio and stuff like that. But then I guess it's good for NDA and stuff. Yeah, so private companies, branding, mobile apps, software. Yeah, and I think that's it. I think I've had a pretty good run. I'm very grateful for that. Designing for people here in Lagos and of course outside the country as well. But then it's still the same thing. Design, either brand,
Well,
app or
exactly.
software.
Branding. I have a personal experience with that as well, right? Because it did help me to rebrand my business, which is Regal Estilo. You revamped the brochure, the website, as well as the logo. So yes, I have been. I'm one of his private clients, I would say. So obviously, Mrs. Celestina, can we also understand your side hustle, please? Good
Okay.
afternoon.
All right. Good afternoon once again, allow me, and
Good
thank you.
afternoon.
Like you rightly said during the introduction, my 9 to 5 is I work as a HR professional, but
Yes,
my side also is a company, a healthy food company where we process Nigerian natural foods, and that's what we offer to our customers, and that's to promote healthy lifestyle. That's basically our brand promise,
nice,
trying to inspire well-being and wellness with natural and healthy food stuff. That's what we do.
fantastic. Now, riding on that, if I'm to ride on that, on what you just told us, so my next question would be, why did you choose that trade as an HR, as HR, a seasoned HR professional? Why did you decide to go into food processing? And why
Well,
did you choose that as your side hustle?
all right, thank you. I think that the way they say necessity brings invention, sort of. Because honestly, if I say I didn't plan it, yes, I'm
Yes,
I'm an entrepreneur, but because I grew up in a business family, so I've tried so many businesses. But what it's funny how this came about, and I say it's funny because it actually started from the office. Now
oh,
I'm from
fair
the
enough.
yes, I'm from the eastern part of the country. That I'm an
Yes.
Igbo lady, and
So it's in the blood. It's in the.
yes, I said that again. I'm a typical Anambra woman. So
Okay.
all right. So, but funny enough, I'm married to Imo State, and
Okay.
it happens to be that where I'm married to, they have a lot of oil plantation, and that's in Gopala and Imo State. So,
Okay.
and incidentally, within the family, because my husband's family is a very large family, we have a mill, like palm oil mill. So anytime we travel for our, I know the Igbo usual Christmas holiday and all of that. So while coming back, I usually bring palm oil as gifts to my colleagues. So
Colleagues, I
exactly.
see.
So you know the way that when you travel to maybe London, US, and all of that,
Yes,
I come
yes.
with gifts. So
You
the
bring
gifts are
chocolates,
very
and then
yes,
you're coming from the
exactly.
east. You bring,
So
you bring.
palm oil was my chocolate then, so I give to everyone, and they begin to notice the difference because they were saying that the ones they buy in the market, they notice that the taste was
Is
different
diluted,
from the one
is
I'm making.
saturated.
Exactly. So it was even before that, I'm now trying to do my investigation. I found out that they were actually mixing some things in the one they sell in the market. Some even add colors. So it become a tradition that anytime during Christmas like this, friends will be asking me, Celestina, hope you guys are traveling. I want you to buy palm oil for me. Somebody will say buy 5 liters, somebody will say buy 10, buy 20, and all of that. So it became like every year thing. So at some point, I told my husband, I said, I want to start palm oil business. So he said, no, that the stress is just too much for me. That do I know what it takes? That the stress is just too much. And I said, okay. So I keep bringing. I travel. They will send me. I bring. After this, another year again, I called him again. I said, guy, I'm practically already doing this business. Anytime
Yes,
we're traveling, because I can't say no to them because they are colleagues, they are friends. And the way we
yes,
work, lead, we know that we have a personal relationship. But when I saw Damia, I started laughing because, like you said, Damia has done a lot even for my brand. So when I
exactly.
I practically burst into laughing. So Dami can relate to everything I will probably
So
share.
would you safely say that the environment also encouraged you?
Yes, yes, it's the environment practically. Because at the
Okay.
long run, within the second year, when I approached my husband again to say, see, I'm practically already even doing the business without, because each time we go, I buy for these people, and that was it. And so
And you're
I
willing to now pay for
exactly,
it.
and then I started with palm oil. At some point, customers will be like, oh, it's only palm oil you do. You don't have stockfish, you don't have this, and then that's how every of our products
Thank
now.
you. Okay.
Thank you.
It's funny enough to say that is the environment because I also have a personal experience. Well, using my direct environment as well, because how did I even dabble into bridal styling and creating regal estilo, right? It was something that I do on a like I never even think about it. Like friends would just call me and say, I want to wear this, can I wear this? Can you put this and this together for me? And then all of a sudden I got married and my friend was about to get married and I had to help her put her looks together and boom is what it is today. So I'm guessing our environment too really matters when we are obviously looking at this. Now, my next question, I would direct this to Dami because Dami, with what he mentioned, he did say that his 9 to 5 is almost and his side hustle, they're almost similar. So, Dami, please, how did you actually balance or otherwise your 9 to 5 with your side hustle? Because there will still be some sort of challenges around it. So, how did you
So
balance
yeah,
it?
yeah. Thank you, allow me. So for me, yeah, it's so I see the entire work life cycle as a value cycle. Value in
Fair
the
enough.
sense that I've always said, I say this a lot. You give your organization value, your company also gives you value. Yeah. And my reward system is not just premised on the organization I work for. Yeah, so
Yes.
I have my own value metrics. I have things I measure my success by. Yeah.
Okay.
So then to the question, I I have my 9 to 5, and from time to time I have people who also need my services. Yeah. There are times I had to turn down a lot of jobs that I still had to go back to do because I have people who always guilt trip me and they say, the person you asked us to give this work, the person did rubbish. So yeah, yeah,
Come
come
back
on,
and do it.
come back and do it. Yeah, and see, honestly, there are times I try to run. Yeah, so the entire thing made me then deliberate in the sense that I have to give my organization the best. It is
Yeah,
non-negotiable. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that is non-negotiable at all because I signed up for I took the job, so I should
Yeah.
deliver 100%. Then my side also I should deliver 100%. Yeah. So when I started, it was a bit rough. Yeah, I would work till 2 a.m. Interestingly, I still work till 2 a.m. So let me just say,
So
so let me just say, those times prepared
it's
me
not,
for
yeah, so it's
now.
not, we can't say
Yeah,
that's what is influencing it, right? That's just your nature.
yeah, and to be honest, yeah. So because I said my value metrics are personal, yeah, I I had said whatever I did would be world class. So either I was working at my 9 to 5 or I was working for private clients, yeah, it would be world class, irrespective of who the client is and irrespective of whatever the person is paying. It has to be world class. So
Yeah.
I would rather not take a gig than take a gig and then deliver something that would be subpar. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm doing this for me. Yeah, they say, of course, when okay, you put in your best at your 9 to 5, you get promoted. Who gets promoted? It is you. Your salary increases. Who gets it? It is you. Permit me to speak Yoruba, and there's this very myopic view we used to have back then. They would say, "Ogata, Ogata,
Oh,
Owalara."
exactly. I
So that
understand
and
that proverb as well.
yeah, and that proverb just means show up at work after 30 days you get paid. But no, that's not it.
Regardless, yeah.
What value are you bringing to your
To
employer?
the
Because
table
if you give your employer value, you are also creating the value for yourself.
for yourself.
And yeah, and then I would say this, yeah. I got a client in the UK late last year, yeah, and the only thing I submitted that made me get the job was what I did for Leadway Health. And they were just looking for somebody who understands product design and how to marry it with branding. That was it. So imagine I did not put in my
If you were
best effort.
mediocre, yeah,
Yeah, how was I going to get this other one?
yeah.
So like I said, for
So
me, yeah, it's the dream is simple. Best at 9 to 5, best at personal work. That
fair
simplifies
enough.
it.
So you were able to basically balance it and also give your 100%. I actually
Yeah.
did like what you mentioned about the fact that nobody's saying that it's going to be easy, but you know that you're giving your commitment to this organization, and also you want to be true to yourself. Like a friend of mine, they don't even call it a hustle or a side hustle. What they say is a hippie in a suit. Now it just means that yeah, you're a person, and you know how we have the whole value chain where you need to also get to the point of fulfillment and things like that. Like if you don't start somewhere and you don't give it 100%, what would you use to show for it? Like me, I can proudly also say, me being a control specialist, like I know how process flow. I know the quality of a process, right? I know what is expected to get the best result. So obviously having and gathering that confidence, that knowledge, and putting it in my business, but obviously not compromising on any of them because hey, we are still living our best lives, ensuring that you're 9 to 5, you're giving your best, you're getting the best value, and then your side hustle, or if you want to say a VP in the suit, whatever it is, you're putting your best foot forward. So thank you very much for that, Damilola. And now, just before I go to Celestina, I would like to ask, what are the unspoken? You just mentioned one, and I agree with you. But let me just ask this question as well before we go to the next. What are the unspoken rules that comes with having a 9 to 5 as a side hustle? And the one I agree with you with is that if you're going to take a side hustle and you have a 9 to 5, you need to give both of them 100%, right? And we've always heard the tale that sometimes, obviously, one will lack, or you yourself, you'll be stressed, you'll be overstretched because you're having to give two things that you probably love or enjoy doing. Because I love being an internal control person, and I also like being a bridal stylist, right? So, what are the unspoken rules of handling both a 9 to 5 as a professional and also having a side hustle?
Yeah, so I'll just say this. It's simple. Be true to yourself. And of course, I know the concept of truth in itself is subjective, very subjective about it. What I consider true might not be what you would consider true. But then be ethical in what you do. Again, that is also subjective. So I would like to give this illustration. Yeah. We all know, especially in my kind of work, yeah, I am bounded by a lot of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. There are things I work on that I can never say till I die. Yeah. And
Yes.
and then again, I'm also bounded by this rule of conflict of interest. Yeah. So I would not take up a gig that would put me in that space. Believe me, it is difficult. Yeah, it is not as easy as I say. Sometime 2 years ago,
So sorry, so like working with a competitor.
yes. And then again, that was why I said the truth is subjective. Because
Yes.
when the money comes and then you look at it, these people are not really competition. Oh. Okay,
So
so
would you say that? So what? Because like you mentioned, you did say something earlier, towards the beginning of the life, that you also have like criteria that you judge yourself on, or you
yeah,
what's it called? You
value
rate yourself
metrics.
with, yeah, value
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
on and all that. And also that also has to do with your code of conduct, your ethics, right? Your professional ethics, right? So working with a competitor, right, or company's competitor, whether it's private or your 9 to 5 and all that, would you say
Mhm.
that is one of your ethics or your morals?
Yes. So yeah. So let me throw this illustration to shed more light on the question. 2 years ago, I was on the streak. Yeah, I was burning with ideas. I had done Leadway L, I had done Ankara, I had done, I did Leadway L, Ankara, and
Those are all our other associate companies, by the
yeah,
way. So if you don't
yeah,
know,
yeah.
please know.
Just so you know, and yeah, and I think shortly after Ayade came, then someone comes to me. It was a 1 million naira gig 2 years ago
Fair
that
enough.
they needed branding, and guess
Bola,
what?
money maker.
And guess what? It was same service offering, HMO and Technet. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I looked at it. If I'd taken the job, I could say I
yeah,
just completed Leadway Health and not. But the truth is, would I really say that my experiences from the job I had just done for L and Ankara, would I really say I am not transferring some of that knowledge into what I'll be doing for these guys? These guys beg everything or more. I just had to defer, and I told them to give the gig to someone else. Again, that's why I said be true to yourself. If I did not say this now, I'm not sure anybody would know
yeah. Would
about it.
know
I would have done the
exactly.
gig, made 1 million 2 years ago. I would have bought. But then I would know, yeah. I
All
would know
right,
that,
thank you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you for that. I would like Celestina to also just touch a bit on this as well. The unspoken rules for her, right? What are the unspoken rules having a 9 to 5 and also going for your side hustle, right? Celestina, please, can you give us some of your own unspoken rules that you believe should be there? Hi, Celestina, please, are you still on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I would respond to that question coming from two perspectives. One,
Okay,
on a personal level, and then as a HR professional.
professional. Thank you.
Because I know that
Yes.
some organizations always have it. So the unspoken rules are very clear. And the key part is what Dami has also mentioned, conflict of interest. For
Yeah.
instance, if you're working for an organization that makes food, for instance, I cannot be also be selling food because obviously there is conflict of interest. Do you
Yes.
understand? So you have to be sure that whatever you're doing is not conflicting with your 9 to 5. That's number one. And then the
Okay.
second unspoken rule is that, again, like Dami said, your 9 to 5, you must give it 100% and above, which means that your people must be able to see the value you give your managers, your colleagues. It
Yes.
must
So you
not,
can't lack.
your side hustle must not, it's not the time for your 9 to 5 job, is not the time for your side hustle. It is called side for a purpose. So it should
So you
actually be
need to
by
set some boundaries.
exactly and set timing. We call it 9 to 5, but we all know that it's not actually even 9 to 5 because there are
Yeah.
sometimes you have to be in the office, maybe say 8 p.m. and 9 and all of that if you're doing something. But what that means is you have to have a boundary that, okay, this is where this stops, this is where 9 to 5 stops, and this is where side hustle stops. And
Starts.
that's one of
Yeah.
the yeah, this is where 9 to 5 starts and stops. So because and you must also not be able to do it in a way that you get so exhausted in your side hustle that it will not even affect a 9 to 5.
Affects. Yes.
You understand? So this is actually the hard part of it. Then another unspoken rule there is that you must also be able to separate the two. Do you understand? So when you go,
Yes.
for instance, for an event to represent, for instance, if I'm going somewhere as a HR staff of Leadway, for instance, I cannot go there and start talking naturals. Do you understand? Maybe you say, let me
Yes.
leverage on the opportunity to whatever, whatever. No, that is not allowed. Do you understand? So those are some
Yes.
of the unspoken rules. And again, there's also a disclosure. Some organizations would ask for that. Some don't mind. So far, it's not conflicting. Some will ask that you disclose. So you
Yes.
have a disclosure form that you complete to say, oh, by the way, I have a business in this line.
Exactly.
Exactly. So they'll be able
Exactly.
to now make sure that it is not in conflict with the core business of the organization. So those are some of the unspoken rules. There are more, but we'll take up
Exactly, because
that.
that was also, sorry to interject, that was also the reason why I mentioned in the beginning of the live that whatever it is that you're doing, if you're just getting into it or you're in an organization and you're thinking of creating a side hustle, ensure that you read the code of conduct of the organization, you read your employees handbook, as well as look at your offer letter and ensure that anything and everything that would affect you in your professional life or your professional setting, ensure that you avoid it and not bring problems to yourself, right? So
Exactly.
thank you so much for that. Now, just riding on
And
that,
sorry, before you add the next one, just to add, if you're not sure, you
yes,
can always walk up to your HR department and ask,
okay.
please, I'm into this. I just want to be sure it's not conflicting, or I just want to be sure is it allowed? Yeah. Thank you.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much for that. That's very interesting actually, because some people will just feel like, oh, HR, you can't expose some things to them, or you can't even approach them with some certain information. So having this and hearing from you, that's very insightful. Also, I wanted to ask, would you advise, or is it also part of unspoken rules that you leaving your 9 to 5 for your side hustle? At what point?
That you're leave. I didn't get that.
Like,
Sorry.
if you have your 9 to 5 and then obviously you're starting your
Okay.
side also, is there like an unspoken
Okay.
rule of when to leave your 9 to 5 for your side also?
Yes, there's an unspoken rule there, and that rule is personal to the individual. Now
Okay.
you have to look at, because once upon a time it is a side hustle that probably becomes main hustle or main job, so a 9 to 5.
Okay.
So, but you
Okay.
have to, the spoken rule there is for you to know
Determine.
that when is the right time to quit.
Okay.
Do you understand? So that's where the
Yes.
unspoken rule comes. You need to know, because some people will be like, oh, I want to be my own boss. I'm the managing director, CEO. I want to be chairman, vice president, and everything, and they just leave without no proper structure, nothing. The business hasn't even, so they've not even been able to separate their finances and everything, and you find that it's not easy. Oh. They find out by the time
It's
they
not
leave,
to,
and then
I
the
can
next
attest to that. It's not
in the
easy.
next 2 months salary didn't drop, then the person
It's
will
not
understand that,
easy.
so there's unspoken rule
Thank
there that
you.
says you need to know when to quit and when it's not yet time to go. Thank you.
Fair enough. Now, what would you say are the benefits, right, of having a side hustle?
Thank you. Well, the benefits are so many. One of them is extra stream of income. Everybody
Exactly. So you have multiple streams of income, right?
exactly,
And
exactly.
you're also creating your
And again,
financial
and
independence
exactly,
and security.
and again, you are imparting life, because you're helping people to be happy. At times, if you see the messages that customers send, oh, thank God, like somebody will just say, oh, you're a lifesaver. Do you know that this happened, but it just helped me? So the joy there. And then again, it could be a passion, because some people's nice side also comes from their passion. So it means you're doing what
Yes.
you love, and you're
Yes.
still earning extra cash for it.
Yeah.
Again, too, another advantage there is, apart from making you happy, you're able to also afford that extra, because if you're earning extra, it means you can indulge yourself, if I will use
Yes,
that
and you
word.
can pay your debt, whatever debt you have,
Exactly.
you can pay it
You,
quicker. You
you,
can grow your wealth.
exactly. Using that means word, you can afford to ball.
But now let's even switch it to Dami and hear his own benefits. Dami, please, what are your own benefits? What would you say are the benefits of having a side hustle, Dami? Hi, Dami. Hi. If Dami is not coming up, we'll just okay, he's here. Hi, Dami. Okay. I'm guessing the network.
Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, one, you get to make more money. Of course, everyone knows that. and then you also expand on your experience base. And I'm saying this for me, yeah. So now when I write out my portfolio, I can write a lot of gigs, a lot of jobs that spans across several industries, countries, because I've had the opportunity to work with these people. Yeah. So that's it. You make more money, you gain more experience. So
Okay,
that's it.
now, okay, that's good. More money, right? For me, I would even say that aside from more money, I just feel like there's another touch of like fulfillment, some sort of growth. You also actually build on your skills as well, because then you're exposed to more people that you're dealing with. And like you're having to work with both private and public, and then having to work with corporate. So you know how to actually deal with different individuals in different settings. Now, obviously, there's nothing with having benefits without having downsides. So, what would you say are like the downsides or the struggles of so
Yeah.
me, I have a story
Yeah,
because hey,
downside. My TV time is my TV time is like I think probably 6 hours a week.
oh, is your own TV time that you have problems with?
I mean total TV time 6 hours a week. Yeah, so I have my TV there, and most times I'm here. Yeah, I go 2 days without even seeing what's on my TV. Yeah, so of course
So
this is
that's the
also.
struggle that you struggle with. Only
Wait,
TV
wait,
time.
I'm still coming. I'm still coming. Sleep is impacted. There are Fridays my boys call me, hey, what are you
And you
doing?
can't do
More, I
anything.
can't do shit. Yeah, so those things are there. Yeah, so you have to really juggle a lot of balls, balance
Yeah.
relationships,
Yeah.
relaxation, leisure. It will eat into those times if we really want
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah,
Yes.
I actually agree. I think my major challenge was actually balancing relationships and having the time, because my weekends are gone. My extra time, like you're even saying your TV time, because of the kind of work I do. I have to be, well, not TV per se, but on screen. My screen time like increased that I would literally be on my phone like for the whole, like I'm dealing with laptop, I'm on my screen, which obviously is impacting on my health. The stress level is high because you're dealing with different things and you're also trying to be professional and balance the situation. But hey, right, you want to earn extra income, Abby? You want to have financial growth, that's what you have to pay for it. So now going into that, right? This is a major question for me. So, what are for you? It was very easy because you tapped into what you already do, right? You just expanded your portfolio. Now, what would you advise our audience? Like, what are the other side hustle options that are available there? Considering the environment that we're in, right? Considering the continent that we're in, what are the other side hustle options for a 9 to 5 that you think people can dabble in, whether in technology or other normal jobs or professions?
Yeah. So that's a tricky one. And it's particularly interesting because what I've even dabbled into now has nothing to do with tech or design. That's
Give us
serious.
hints now. Just give us exactly. Give us
The
hints now. Should I even make
time
you
is
laugh?
not
Me too. I'm
answered.
dabbling. I'm dabbling in some other things too that are not
Yeah,
even in relation. But like, what
yeah.
are the other
So
options that you are aware of?
yeah, so it's so let's look at it like this. If you are
Because I have one.
meticulous, yeah, if you are meticulous, you pay attention to detail, you already know the kind of things that should interest you. If you like entertainment, you could do a 9 to 5. But if you like entertainment and stuff, events might be calling you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
just I understand that a lot of people have sort of commonized it, but really follow your passion. And if you don't want to follow your passion, if
Exactly.
you don't want to follow
I
your
think
passion, follow the money. Just follow something.
follow the money, right? So the truth of the
Yeah.
matter is, if you follow your passion, I strongly believe if you follow your passion, the money comes because your passion
True.
just shows through, whether you like it or not.
True.
And the truth of the matter is, for me, what I would say is, for you, it is easier said than done. But the easiest way for me, even my side hustle, I wasn't even really the one that like found it, right? It was a friend of mine that called my attention to it, which means that they saw my interest in things, right? And they're like, okay, you can do this. And also, like Celestina mentioned, it was our colleagues that called our attention to it, right? So if you're looking for other side also options, they're like, obviously, depending on what you're involved in, depending on your skills, even the current 9 to 5 that you're even doing, you can look at your strengths as well as your weaknesses and see how you can monetize it. For and also speaking of that, if you're even not, you don't even want to think too far, come and become an insurance advisor because you'll be earning passive commission. Like you're not even stressing. If you want to travel, bring your insurance to us. If you can insure your properties at home, you can insure car, you can insure your even your at your house, anything, right? Whatever it is that you want to insure, or you bring clients, be an agent, be an insurance advisor, and earn sweet commission, right? And that way you're not stressing.
To even add to that, yeah, you could download the referral app and
Thank
refer your
you.
guys. So it's that easy. If you
Is
notice you're
that easy?
influential,
Yes.
you have a certain level of influence in your clique, download the Leadway referral
Yeah.
app. Someone
So
buys a car,
understand your
yeah,
network,
exactly.
understand your circle, bring them in, refer them to Leadway, and you get commission and you're doing your 9 to 5 easy. You don't even need to crack your head like us. We difficult clients for Dami. we make him sleep at 2 a.m. You don't even have to. You just need to bring the business to us and we will take care of it. And you just hear bam in your account. Shikina. So obviously, before the end of the life, we'll let you know how you can reach out to us to be an insurance advisor and earn that extra income as your side hustle. Now, going further, right? Damlala, this is for you before I bring in Celestina. Also, what are the other tips or strategies that you can give us, right, based on your own side hustle? Like we've said it that you should look at your interest, you should look at your skills, you should even look at your profession as a 9 to 5 or your strengths and weaknesses, right? Aside from those, what are the other things that you can look at to see if you can create a reasonable and viable side hustle for you?
Yeah. So I remember when I just resumed at Leadway far back 2017. Yeah. So I was having challenges balancing my freelance gigs and all. So I walked up to someone who was also a designer at Leadway as at then, and then the guy said, "Okay, well, the guy said, you're not balancing it because you don't need money. When you need money, you balance." So
Yeah,
the thing is, the strategies are again, like I said earlier, you need to have your own value metrics. Yeah.
yeah,
What are the milestones that if you achieve them, you would call yourself successful? If your
yeah,
9 to 5 alone satisfies your value metrics 100%, you don't need a side hustle. It's not
exactly,
compulsory. It's not
exactly.
compulsory you have
If
one.
you get some sort of fulfillment from your 9 to 5,
Yeah, yeah. And please note again, let me just say this: fulfillment again is subjective. If your fulfillment is also tied to money or whatever it is tied to, and you feel your 9 to 5 might not give you everything, well, of course,
yeah,
let's be realistic. We are in Nigeria. We know what the economy looks like here.
it's saying
So if
yes,
yeah, so once you see that, then you need to augment your income, yeah, and
yeah,
then for you to create something that will give you that income, you need to create value because money follows value. So
exactly,
then you look at an area where you can create that value in. If it's in, okay, I can only speak to tech because that's what I've been doing here. But if it's in other areas, then you go for it. It would be interesting. There is this app called Okada Books. I still have Okada Books till now. You would not know Okada Books started as a side also. So what
fair
we use
enough.
as Okada Books today was somebody's side also. This guy was
Yeah,
working somewhere else while some people were developing the app
yeah,
and Paystack started as, was it Paystack or Flutterwave? One of them started as a side also too.
side
So
hustle as well.
yeah, so you don't know what it might become, but then
All
again,
right,
just
thank
follow the
you.
values. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, the next question I have is for Celestina. And this is, please, Celestina, if you can hear me, you can come up. How can a person maximize the incomes that we get from both our professional 9 to 5, right? We professional 9 to 5ers as well as our side hustle. Because obviously, if you have a side hustle, you're increasing your income, you're growing your wealth. So, how do we maximize this income that we get from both, like multiple streams of income? How do we maximize it?
All right, thank you. The best way to maximize it is to keep them separate,
Okay.
because you find that there are some people who are running side hustle, but there's no difference between the finances from that and then the salaries they get. So whether they are
Okay.
making profit or loss, they are not even aware.
Fair
So
enough.
the first way to maximize it is make sure you keep separate, and then the second is to track. Have a budget as a salary earner. Have a budget as a business owner. Track your expenses. You know, when the finance guys begin to say cash flow and all of that.
Yes,
Yeah,
your profit, your expenses, your cash
that
flow, even your
exactly.
investments. What are the things that you're using to obviously put back in the business, or are you even mixing your personal finances with your business
Exactly.
finances? So
Exactly.
having some sort of separate. For me, I would even also say that adding to what you said, I would also mention that having investments, right? If you have your 9 to 5, if you're making some sort of a level of profit, right? You also need to ensure that the profit is used to boost and improve that particular 9 to 5. You're not
Yeah.
having it and not even understanding if you're making profit. Well, we know that you're making profit, but what is the profit money doing, right? And are you saving it to increase your income for the business? Are you saving it to hit the next milestone, like Dami said, that you need to also have a value for yourself? So, how to maximize, we would advise you to say that one, separate your finances. Secondly, ensure you understand the different boundaries between your personal finance and your business finances. And then you can go further by saving, reinvesting, and investing these incomes so that you can build your wealth to the level that you would like it to be. Now, I would also add to that, please, you did
So
mention this, but let me ask you again.
okay.
Celestina, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say that you could also leverage insurance.
Thank you. I was also going to say that, but I
Not
wanted to ask
maximize.
this question
Yeah.
first.
Okay, go
Yes.
on.
So please, can you touch on leveraging insurance?
Okay, so there are different insurance products for small business owners, for instance.
Yes.
So you have to assess, and then that's also where because a lot of time you find people, they say, especially small business owners, they're like, I don't have money. When I grow or when I blow, using Nigerian flag, when I blow, I can afford all of that. But you find out that it's not really that expensive. So for instance, in Leadway, we offer some of all these services to SME owners, even across the group. I know health has a package for small business owners. You understand? So it's also a way to ensure that you make sure you are giving your best, because one of the challenges that they usually have is having a staff that will stay with them. So, but when you have a staff that knows you have a medical, for instance, for him or her, of course, before the person decides to move, he thinks twice. Do you understand? Again, too, there
Yes.
are different products like the car insurance that we have. There's also one that is like a bouquet. It has a lot of. It's not just. It doesn't just cover that car. It covers other things. So you want to find
Yes.
out my line of business. How can I leverage insurance to also make sure that I'm on the right track and I'm maximizing it? And then, for instance, for me that brings palm oil all the way from the east, what happens if while in transit,
Goods in
God
transit.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly. So things
Yeah.
like that. I want to find out in which of the value chain in my business would I need insurance support to make that happen, and then
So that is how we maximize our income. And so now, also, before I go, I want to take some of the questions in the comment section before I ask the last question with our guest, and also we'll use that to wrap up the day. And once again, thank you for joining us. This is a live session that we have talking about on side hustle options, and is powered by Leadway. Now, some of the questions here that we have in the comment section says, How do one grow a side hustle with a tasking work environment and a very harsh Lagos traffic issues? I can relate. How does one manage it? Damilola, please, do you want to answer this question for us?
Yeah, so you need to understand the value of leverage. Yeah, you need to understand that you cannot do everything by yourself. So even at my 9 to 5 and my side also, I have people I pay out of pocket to help me with some little stuff. Yeah, if not, you
Thank you
just
very much. Like saying that as well, because me too, I actually do this as well. Some events I don't even bother because I have assistants. So depending on the proximity, even the value and the type of event, like you have assistants, you delegate. And if there's some things that you need to do virtually, do them virtually. If there's some things that you don't necessarily have to be physically there, you just ensure you manage your resources and your time, not compromising. That's the key word. Managing your resources and your time, not compromising. Please, what other Celestina, do you have an answer for us for this? Do you have a tip or something for Daniel on this?
In addition to what has been said, the honest truth is that it will never be easy. Don't let us lie.
Yeah.
It will never be easy. So that's why I say that me can relate. Even for us, there's no every from the early morning to the midnight, there's no difference. There was a time that every of my team member, including myself, in fact, it got to a point that my mother had to come and join us. We worked all through the night. So we are producing till 5 a.m. the next morning. And guess what? I'm going to go to work same day. And I can't go there and start sleeping and be saying I'm working. So first, you need to understand, Jadiel, that it's not going to be easy. But like they said, you need to now be able to putting a structure in place to also help.
Exactly.
Because when you're starting out, you are everything. You are the chief marketing officer, you are the MD, you are the in fact you are
You're,
everything.
you're everything from the top to
Everything
the bottom, from the bottom to the top.
to the top. So you need to also separate that. Okay, you know that there's a plan urgent and important, and what can wait, what cannot wait. So you begin to and again utilize the virtual because when you are talking about traffic, good a thing now. Some people work from home.
Yes.
A lot of organizations are having that work from home, so you can also utilize that. And then your weekend for every side hustle is mostly weekend. That is your best bet. And I hear you because there's some work like my work. My 9 to 5. There's no time. I don't have. I work Monday to Sunday because anybody can call you anytime. Because if you're supporting people, if you're taking care of people, people are very dynamic to deal with. So issues may always come up. Life can always happen. So they'll call
Thank you.
you. But you
Yes.
need to now
Yes.
put a structure in place that if I'm not there, somebody is there. And
To
then
do
you
it.
also need to
Yeah.
monitor the people there because if you just put people there and walk away, or more, I lost money. Oh. It's not all success stories because you will lose money. You put people there
Yes.
believing they are doing what you want them to do and they are doing something else. So honestly, it's not easy, but if you're focused, you would achieve it. And again, invest in learning too.
Let's
You need
answer
to learn.
another
Yeah,
question,
thank you.
Celestina. There's another question here. Yes. It says, have I have sold myself based on my skill set, but up till this moment, I haven't been able to make any reasonable cash. Any idea of what I can do about this would be gladly appreciated. Thanks in advance. So this person is saying that she's positioned herself and she sold herself with her skill set, but she still is unable to cash or to make monetary to get monetary values for them. So what are the tips that we can give her? Celestina, would you like to go ahead?
So I would advise her to find what people need, not what she or he, or okay, it's a lady, not what she feels she's good at. Because at times you
Okay.
want to, customer service is about your customers, not about you. You
Yes.
may be a fantastic fashion designer, but people around you, they are looking for a tech person. So let her try and find out what people around her need, and
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
Dami,
Yeah, again, so what more can you do? Of course, you need to, as Madam Celestina said, look at things that people want. Yeah, you again, like we said, You can be a leadway insurance agent, make extra cash like
Thank
that. That
you.
one is simple
Exactly.
because the structure exists, everything exists. All you need to do is get customers, get people who want insurance, and then you make commission as high as 20%. So imagine someone is paying 100K in premium and you're getting 20K or 15K,
Yeah.
easy and sweet, just like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
then, yeah, then aside that, do you also want to look at stuff that is in demand? Take for example, there is artificial intelligence now. I can paint stuff, draw stuff with just prompts. I'll just type stuff on my keyboard and I'm generating characters. You could learn that, sell characters for free, and
Yeah.
sell characters for money, and you're making money. So
Yeah, so to add to that as well, I would also just say that these things just don't happen overnight, right? You might believe that you've been putting in the work, you've been putting in the work, yet nothing is happening, but please do not give up. That's one. Secondly, continue to position yourself. Look at your network, right? Look at the people that you're actually advertising your skill set to. And like my guests, both of them said, you need to find the value that you're bringing in as well as the need. Is there a need for it? If there's no need, look for other skill sets that probably works with the need that currently is available. But bottom line is don't give up. It might not happen now, but it would happen soon, basically. Now we are going to see this person. Agnes said, I don't even have a 9 to 5, left alone a side hustle. Not to worry, God will do it because one of them will come, whether it's a 9 to 5 or a side hustle, but whatever it is, just try and ensure that you position yourself with the necessary skill set and your interest to get your 9 to 5 or to get a side hustle. Now, lastly, the question that I want to also, you can actually be an insurance. I told you before, insurance advisor. Since you don't have a 9 to 5 and you don't have a side hustle, your side hustle and your 9 to 5 can be an insurance advisor, and you can reach out to us in Leadway. Go into Instagram, DM us, and we'll do the needful. We'll show you the ropes, and you'll just be making the money that you need to make without stressing in this economy, right? Also, now the last question that I would like to pose to my guests is: can you now turn your side hustle, right, to your main hustle? Right? Because with Agnes now, she can turn her side hustle as insurance advisor to her main hustle. So please reach out to us, Agnes, and we'll take care of you. Now, Damilola, just shortly give us a brief tip or tricks and your belief if we can turn our side hustle to our main hustle.
yeah, so when it gets to that point where you feel your side hustle can run on itself and that your side hustle is now self-sustaining. Self-sustaining in the sense that if you leave your 9 to 5, you can live on your side hustle. And by leave, I mean that your side hustle has already kept at least 8 months of salary for you before you leave. If not, my brother, my sister, stick to your 9 to 5 and
Fair enough.
keep building.
So
Yeah.
before we let you go, would you give us your last words as well before I bring in Celestina, because we need to wrap up.
Yeah, so final words: be excellent at whatever you do, be it your 9 to 5, be it your side hustle. Let people know you for something. Let people know you as the guy who wouldn't push out mediocre job, the guy who wouldn't deliver any service that is subpar. Once you create that reputation for yourself, money will follow you.
Thank you so much, Dami. Thank you for coming on here, and it was great chatting with you. Celestina, please, before you give us your final words as well, I would like to hear your own take on: is it possible for us to turn our side hustle to our 9 to 5? Celestina, can you hear me? Hi. Celestina, I'm guessing the network. Please pardon us. The network is not so great. Welcome, Celestina. Oh God, it's gone again. Okay, while Celestina is coming on, for me, to be fair, I do believe that you can actually turn your side hustle to your main hustle. However, one of the guests did mention that you just need to understand that it is the right timing. Have you gotten it to the necessary place that you need it to be? Can you go on without your 9 to 5, the extra income that your 9 to 5 is giving you? Can your side hustle provide that for you? Can your side hustle pay the bills? If the answer is yes, and you're comfortable where you are, I believe that you can actually turn your side hustle to your main hustle. But if you still believe that you can run both alongside the way you're running them, then yeah, until you're ready, then you can have best of both worlds, in my opinion. Celestina, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, please, one quick, we're already running out of time. So I wanted to get last words from you and also ask you this final question. Do you believe you can turn your 9 to 5 to your side hustle to your main hustle?
I'll make it very simple.
Yes.
Leadway started as a side hustle. For those of you who are familiar with the story, the brand story, the founder started while in his tailoring shop. So that's my response.
Great. So you've heard it. Even Leadway started as a side hustle, and now one of the biggest insurance companies in Nigeria, and obviously even providing you alternative for your own side hustle to become an insurance advisor. So please, we hope to hear from everyone who is interested in being an insurance advisor. And if you are, you can go on our Instagram page, Leadway Assurance, and send us a DM. You can also go to www.leadway.com/call me, right? We would obviously give you all the necessary details that you need. Thank you so much for indulging us, Celestina, and we wish you all the best in your side hustle as well as your 9 to 5 profession. And my name is Olawumi Amida once again, and I'm a bridal stylist, regal estilo, as well as an internal control specialist in Leadway. And I enjoyed being here. Thank you for having me, and see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Arola! You are doing well. Yes, you know, I brought this boy to you. He's not serious. He's not doing well. He's just playing. He's using his life to play kite. So I want you to check his future for him, so that if he should see it with his own eyes, he will buckle up. He will hold his life seriously.
His future is secure though. Even his glory is Fuba. You mean logo? This is my glory. Ogomina. This is my glory.
You are doing well, my dear. I always believed in him. And I always knew that his life is secure. Thank you. Well, let's go.
Don't let us go. Don't let us go.
Why is that?
Please, I want him to please check your own too.
Oh, serious? Ogo daddy. Ogo that want to catapult, you know.
Very good. That's it. Because from your own catapult to Ogo now, I can even decide to tap from me.
As you are even talking, I'm already typing.
Very good. Very good. Careful, Lord.
They have hacked his future.
Is this his glory?
Oh, Slim, come back.
Are you normal? Give me what to me now. That's rubbish. Say, one more for go, do you know what you are doing with glory? Look at this bombastic. I'm sure they did not call you. You call yourself. My friend, you stand up. Let's go and get out of there.